My name is Ghereje Eyewumi Franklin, and I was born in Warri, and grew up in Warri, and studied mechanical engineering. Currently work for Chevron Nigeria Limited, and also a pastor with Davis Christian Center. And also, I'm happily married. Then I'm blessed with 5 kids, 2 boys and 3 girls. Okay, and also, I'm the resident pastor of Davis Christian Center, the Island Church. I've been in DCC since 2010, 2011 each. I joined DCC with a sense of purpose. I knew why I was coming into DCC. I actually left my church, told my pastor, it was a conversation that I had to move on to another church. And I had this blessing, left. So I didn't come in there because I just want to join the bandwagon. So in terms of timing, it took me some time because of the job I was doing then. I was doing a rotational job, so it didn't afford me the time to actually stay grounded in terms of grounded in DCC. But in terms of time, I would say within a year or 2, I was already a worker in DCC. My previous church before DCC, it got to the point whereby almost like the pastor was coming to me for consultation, and for me, I felt if I've grown up to that point where it's almost to the limits, I need somewhere to go. I need somewhere I will be challenged. I want something bigger. So that became an unrest internally for me that we needed to leave. And I had a discussion with my wife, and if I remember, we came at the story around it. She's a very good person to narrate that, but I know we saw a flyer of the church at one time, so she told us we should attend. Then Minister Neka Irobe, she too was already with DCC, so we got in touch with her. So she let us know, provide all of the details. So at first, what I was doing, I would attend my church, go to DCC for first service. I think that was in Jambase. Go for first service. Once I'm done, then I'll come over to the church that I was attending. That will make it, it's getting to 2 years. So I was appointed pastor for the DCC Island Church in late 2019. I joined around 2012, up to 2011. So 2 years, that will make it 2013. So from 2013 to 2019, that will make it like 6 to 7 years. I never did see coming, no. Never did see. For me, I was just, the goal there was to serve, and that was it. I never saw it coming. It was just, for me, I never saw it coming. To answer your question really directly, I never saw it coming. Is this something I've desired from growing up? Yes. I know from my church before DCC, I know I met my pastor once, and I told her I would like to become a pastor. Then I said I don't want to be a pastor that will be going to ask for members for church, because I didn't want that I will have more money, then I will to do things in the church without disturbing anybody. But I know I wanted to be a pastor from a long time ago, before I even joined DCC. It's been there, but coming to DCC, what's in any way a strategy in any form? I was just there to serve. Okay, one thing too has been a desire in my heart is counseling. The love to talk to people one-on-one, sit them down, gist, and just to get to know them. So that's one passion I have on the inside. Now, I'm looking forward to the day I can actually retire off my current job, paid job, and give my full time into it. On a long term, definitely I'm going to leave my current paid job when the time is right and focus more on ministry. For pastor, yeah, be a full-time pastor, yes, most likely that's something I'm looking forward to. The most challenging part for me is talking to people, convincing them. In discipleship, I think that's the most challenging and also most interesting too, both sides, because it's 2 different sides of the same coin, if I put it that way. So the most challenging part is trying to disciple people. I think for me that's the most challenging aspect in ministry for me. Be sold out to God. That's the most important thing I'll tell you. Be sold out, because it's like I've shared with those on the mainland, my workers on the mainland. I always going to say it, and I think by this time it's becoming a cliche. I am bivocational. I have 2 jobs, a paid one and a job with DCC. And none of them is, one doesn't take priority over. I give them equal energy, equal focus. because I know what I do with DCC. Yes, I might not be paid, but I have a reward from God. So I'm sold out with it. My job with Chevron will end ultimately one day, and they will give me a clock to count the remaining part of my lifespan. But my time with God is going to be well invested. So for me, that one word is be sold out to God. That's the best investment you can give with your life. So one thing about me, yes, I'm quiet, I'm cool-headed. It's a deliberate thing sometimes, a conscious effort to be calm and remain calm in challenges times with me. Because I know when I react, I fear that I'm overreact. So because of that, I'm really, really cautious on how expressive I be when people do some certain things over the board. So well, if there's anything I'll say this people don't know about me, that's it. Hobbies, first of all, I play lawn tennis. I think that's one of the, what I use to distress, have fun, lawn tennis. Then watch movies, sci-fi movies, not just any kind of, then movies that will make you think. You want to analyze what's going on here. Those are the things that I say that my hobbies. You know, one thing when I step into ministry, there's one thing I've always put up, I have at the back of my head. I think I will paraphrase the quote. I can't remember who actually made that quote right now. See, if I've seen any further, is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Pastor K is that big giant. And where else to stand on? What it took, like I always tell people, it took him 20 to 25 years right now, so 25 years to make up this ministry. I don't need to wait another 25 years to achieve what he has achieved. So I'm going to ride on where he is right now and make my own exploits. Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, my pastor, my father in the Lord, in one way I would describe him is calm, cool, collected. But behind that calmness is a very strong giant on the inside that you don't want to rattle. You will be careful on how you rattle the giant on the inside. He's a visionary, he's driven. So that's one thing that I've seen in him and I also love about him too, is that drive. Constantly, not so much in a haste, but constantly pushing and making advancement in the kingdom. And that's one thing about him. So Pastor K, I really want to thank you for the opportunity you've given to me to serve in DCC in the various capacities I have served. Because if I recollect, when I joined the protocol department, you too had, you instructed Barrister Jude to make me be a part of that group. And that's my journey in working in DCC. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity, and I love it so much. My prayer for DCC is that may we have people we can hand over this ministry to that will carry this vision beyond, that in the next 25 years, when I'll be in my 70s, we have people who can do greater exploits than what we're currently doing. And that's my prayer for DCC.